Greetings, my fellow gamers. I am the MasterOfLazyness, and this is another episode of Questionable Protocol. And this time it's for SOE, or Sony Online Entertainment. I believe that's the acronym for them. This again happened a long time ago, and I think this should be a long enough time since it's happened that I can speak about it, since things would have changed drastically since then. But anyway, I was playing an interesting free-to-play game by the name of DC Universe Online. And as I was playing it, I had a tendency to go AFK. So I would leave the game running and go off and make something to eat, come back, start watching some YouTube videos to get a good laugh while I eat my food, and I would forget that I'm in the game and eventually go back to the game. And either I get disconnected or I, log myself off. And there's been plenty of times where I come back, I'm disconnected, and I just, subconsciously I log myself back in, only to do nothing with the game again. And do nothing with the character that's in the game. And eventually, one time after patching and starting up the game, I noticed it just, I played and I got around, and then I got kicked out and a notice popped up. And it said something about I have been banned. I forget exactly. I'm trying to see if I can find out what it said. Here we go. Upon trying to log in, this is what I wrote in the description of my ticket. I'm reading these again straight from the tickets I was sending to their customer support. Upon trying to log in, I received a message as follows: your account has been banned, please contact customer support. So I am here attempting to contact customer support via the banning and suspension category. I also notice under the game's past info, I get a listing of blah 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 suspended, yet there's no details of it. So in short, I get a listing that I am suspended from the game, but in reality, they just outright banned me from the game. And didn't say why. It just says, I've been banned. Didn't say, something out of Nexon. You've been banned for hack reason. Lovely grammar there. But, yeah, that's it. So I contacted, followed the instructions. I thought maybe there was an error or a glitch or something, and I got screwed over by it. So I contacted one of them. I get the basic rundown. Hi, what can I help you with? What is your name? Oh, okay, hello, person with name. And I told them, well, it would seem I've been banned in, the video game I've already told you about. And I'm just following the instructions. I'm also wondering, why is it I've been banned when I was able to play not that long ago? A really obviously simple question, which she says, in order to blah blah blah, I have to verify who the hell you are. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. I give him my information, and he looks into it, and he says I was banned because of hacking. That's it. So I go, care to explain a bit more than just vaguely stating I've been banned because of hacking? And I get these strange messages of just no. Unfortunately, we do not have all the details. You'll need to create another account and send an in-game ticket to them so they can answer that. So they banned me. They can't really tell me why. It is marked that I was banned for hacking, which I wasn't. And they want me to make a new account so I can complain and ask why. Now keep in mind, I'm asking him these questions on the account that is banned. So I don't understand why I can't just, use this account. But I'm going to continue reading our conversation. And he says, give a ticket so they can answer that. I go, they? Who is they? I'm told to speak to customer support. Are you not customer support? And then he tells me he is the in-game team. No, he's talking about the in-game team. And that he is not the in-game team. He's a tech representative. Which I don't really understand the difference. There's someone who is familiar with the game enough to support me in some way. Then, after I told him I don't understand the difference, he sends me to some sort of PlayStation Sony help link website, which he then tells me we handle any issues with the actual account. They handle issues in-game, and this is an in-game issue. But I'm not in-game. I'm logging in. And then it tells me I'm banned. I'm not even in-game having a problem. The problem is before the game even lets me in. I don't understand exactly how this is an in-game issue, but who am I to complain about that? And let's see. So I ask him, why would I seek help from an in-game representative when I am banned from the game? And in-game would mean I would speak to them in-game, would it not? You know, I'm familiar with the World of Warcraft. When I create a ticket while I'm in the game, I would speak to like a GM who's also in the game. Like I'm communicating through via actually in the game. But apparently this isn't how they do it. And he goes, instead of really answering anything I have asked him, he just goes and repeats himself. Again, you need to create a new account if you want to blah, 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 blah. There is nothing else they can do. So he still hasn't answered any of my questions, which is very irritating. But I ask him, how is this a game issue? It's not a bug or a glitch. It's an account-related ban. I don't understand the logic in this. Why is there no live chat for an in-game support? Like, I have to make a new account to then talk to some guy. Why can't I just go to another section to then talk to the same stupid guy? And then I'm also wondering, why do I have to recreate an account just to free my previous account? So I have my account, you know, let's call it mole1, as in the number 1, the digit. Mole1 is banned, so I create mole2, so then I can convince them that I didn't do anything illegal, to then free mole1 again. Why can't I just talk to them via mole1 and then free mole1? Why do I have to, like, if they're telling me if I create another account I can probably get more details or solve the issue, but if I just simply created a new account and stopped giving a crap about my previous account, then there is no problem, other than the fact I'm still wondering how did I get banned in the first place. Banned for hacking. So, what was I? Yeah, I asked him why, and he says, again, they have tools to review what happens in-game, which, okay, whatever. That's probably what, you know, led into my banning. They must have seen something where it involves hacking and banned your account. There is nothing we can do to assist you in this department, blah, blah, blah. So he talks as if there's people. But eventually I get told that it's not people, it's a system. But I'll get to that later. So I go, if your department is unable to help, then why was I told to seek the help of your department? The game itself told me to contact this guy and talk to him. And he can't help me. Why would the game tell me I have been banned, so go talk to the people who don't deal with bans? That doesn't make any sense. If you're having a problem with an officer of the law, are you going to go talk to, say, the manager of a bakery about it? Okay, maybe that might be a bit interesting. But no, you don't do that. You go and talk to someone higher up above him. Or someone who can actually assist you. This guy apparently can't assist me, yet the game was telling me to go to him. And he replies to me, you contacted us for assistance. Okay. We gave you the reasons why it was banned, but there's nothing we can do to unban it because it was beyond our department. If you have no further questions, I will have to disconnect to assist other players. Well, hold on for a second here. I did not contact these guys for assistance. I was following the instructions that I was given. I don't need assistance. I need a solution. But that's just going to sound retarded. Basically, what I'm not asking is, I don't need advice from this guy. I just want it solved. I don't need someone who can't actually help me with anything. If I want advice, I can consolidate my parents or my friends and family. If I want advice, I can ask other people in some sort of internet chat or on YouTube. But the fact of the matter is, I don't want assistance, I don't want advice, I want a solution. I want it solved. Done. I have a problem, solve my problem. Or direct me to how I can solve my problem. That's it. That's all I want. I don't give a crap about anything else. So he's telling me I contacted them for assistance. Again, no, I didn't. I was following what the game told me to do. And the reason why it was banned, no, you just gave me a vague terminology that I did it because I was hacking. You don't go into any details, and you can't help me. So you're pretty much useless, because I could talk to someone who can help me, who can tell me that I was banned for hacking, and they can have the means to solve it. He doesn't, so he's useless. He's basically the middleman, or like the operator, in which they don't know anything, can't do anything, and they just direct you to someone else. But he's even less of an operator, because he just tells me to go and do something that is pointless. Again, as I said, he tells me to create a new account to then talk to these guys. But if I create a new account, there's no need to talk to these guys. Because, well, I have a new account, I can already go back to playing the game, I just gotta start over, and I wasn't even that far in the game to begin with. Now, my issue isn't that I lost my account. Well, it kinda is, but the main issue is, how did I get back? Even if I make a new account, which I stress to these other guys I speak to later, even if I make a new account, I don't know what got me banned in the first place. So if I make a new account, or a third account, what did I do to get banned? Was it just random and I was banned? Apparently by them, no it wasn't. I had to have done something. But considering how I wasn't really even playing the game, and I was doing other things while the game was going, I would have hacked the game then, from like watching YouTube and eating a sandwich. Whatever. So I asked him a few final questions, and based on that link he sent me before, because I actually did go to it. It says it has something to do with disciplinary actions, FAQ, suspension/banning. It says, oh yeah, it says all issues related to banned or suspended accounts can be directed to technical support, which directs me to live chat, which is him. Right here. So their FAQ tells me to go and talk to someone who can't help me. Wonderful. And he tells me this is an in-game ban, which is not dealt with us. As if there is any other game-related ban. Like, if this isn't a ban from in the game, it's just a ban in general. I am banned from the game. It has nothing to do with whether it's in it or outside of it. It has to do with your company banning me. So who cares if it's in-game or out-game? Can you solve it? No. Give me someone who can, and why was I directed to you in the first place? That's what I want to know. So anyway, I finish up, and I tell him, so why doesn't the page list it as such, or connect me to people who can help me? Basically what I've been ranting on about. And he says, we have instructed you on the instructions and helped you as far as we can go. If you do not wish to follow the instructions, there's nothing else we can do. Blah, blah, blah. So basically, nothing he hasn't already said before. It's just repeating himself endlessly and not actually answering any questions I have. I've broken no rules and seen no details regarding it. Your assistance is invalid if you can't actually insist. Good day. And that was my final reply to him, which he says, please contact the in-game team for further details. Relinks more crappy-ass form help that doesn't help at all. And he says, have a great day, and I'm disconnected. At that point, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. He is a load of bollocks. And that's probably the nicest way I could try to even talk to this guy. I'm not even done yet. So I finally make a new ticket, and my previous chat is actually, the chat with this representative guy was actually added into the ticket I created. Yeah, so he was continually telling me to make a new account, to then create a ticket, to then ask for help. So I ignored what he said and just made a ticket anyway. And they respond. So the purpose of me making a new account is again invalid, just like a guy who's apparently an assistant representative guy there to assist me but can't assist me. He is pointless. Oh, well, because this is an in-game ban, I can't help you. Alright, so if it wasn't an in-game ban, do you expect me to believe you won't just direct me to someone else saying you can't help me with that situation? If all you are is a temporary kind of operator guy, then you're very useless. Don't even bother. So anyway, I get a response from the same damn guy, and it got sent to my email. Now, I really find this is strange. But anyway, I got it via email instead of via chat. It says, thank you for blah, blah, blah. The reasons you were banned, looks like the reason why you were banned was due to hacking. What you might do is create an in-game ticket, blah, 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 blah. What you can do is create an in-game ticket so that the in-game team can give you more details. Sorry for the inconvenience. Does this guy even understand what he is saying? I am banned from the game due to hacking. And he wants me to go into the game, which I can access, and make a ticket. Okay. And I go to continue. I was told to create an in-game ticket so that the in-game team can give me more details. But the transcript of our chat was converted into a ticket in itself. So I followed the instructions and made a ticket. Now I have made duplicate tickets, which was not my intention. And this is also somewhat against the rule. You don't create multiple tickets of the same thing. But anyway. And so I get the same response from the same dumbass that continually talks to me, and now he's actually starting to say my name incorrectly also, which gets very irritating. He says, I just re-updated my ticket, but this ticket didn't exist. But anyway, I just re-updated my ticket. What you need to do is create a brand new account, blah, 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 and send an in-game petition to the game team. I need to send a petition. Not a request, just a petition. You know, with a document where people sign. Well, it doesn't matter. And it gives me the same crappy links again. Great. And I because I have 2 tickets, I'm talking to this guy. Because basically I had 2 tickets. I want to make sure that the people who are looking at this ticket don't look at this ticket and complain that I have 2 tickets. So that's why I replied to it and posted to it. And that's why I said, unfortunately, you just re-updated your ticket. So I explained to him, like, but he already has ticked me off by saying my name incorrectly. And I tell him, I was not speaking about this ticket. I have another ticket. As I've already mentioned, I'll simply wait for that ticket to be answered rather than make a pointless account. And I also quote him. Well, actually, also, I have told you my name was blah, 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 not blah, blah. And I quoted him when, he asked me my name. I gave him my name. Then he repeated my name and asked how he can help me. And then I gave him, he also later on asked for a bunch of information, which I gave it all to him. And for whatever reason, he also asked me for my real name again, which I gave that to him again also. So I just requested in my irritation that if you're unable to spell my name correctly or would not take the time to make sure the spelling, then please don't use it. I'd assume it is polite to at least spell it right. I'm sure you wouldn't like it if I was calling you something other than your real name or some sort of addition to the extension of your actual name or even spelling it differently. It is seen as impolite. And that's when I left the ticket. Now, he's never responded back to that, probably because of my first sentence. I said I'll just go to the other ticket. So yeah, I made another ticket, and I will... So it seems that the entire purpose of this guy telling me to make a new account to then make a ticket to get what I want addressed was pointless, because in the second ticket, they actually start doing exactly what they would have done if I created another account and made a ticket there. I just made another ticket, and they started actually replying back. So his crap was pointless. Continuously pointless. And I told him, I was told by some dick munch Please contact the blah 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 blah. So I'm attempting to contact the in-game support regarding the account ban. The live assistance representative was unable to provide me or assist me gaining any and all information regarding my account ban. So now I am here. Please explain to me in detail how I was hacking the game in some way. I have a number of programs running around in the background like Origin, Skype, Advanced Antivirus, Komodo Firewall, etc. One of which do many things with files such as Steam. I know Steam Cloud saves information, if not most games, but I don't think it affects DCUO. I have in no way, shape, or form hacked the game. In fact, I was online but away from the computer for a good number of hours, and I had no interactions with the computer or DCU. And that's the truth. I was in-game but not doing anything with it because I got sidetracked. You know, I made sandwich, watched stuff, and that was it. So I get a reply that says, "Greetings, so-and-so. Your account looks to have been banned due to a rules of conduct violation regarding the use of third-party mods, scripts, exploits in order to allow your character to behave in a manner that is not intended." That sentence right there tells me nothing, really, because it is also vague in general. I did one of many things based on one general thing, and that is bad. Thank you for telling me nothing again. You switched from one giant bubble of stuff that I possibly could have done to gotten banned to a slightly smaller bubble of stuff that I could have done to gotten banned. And to continue, I cannot discuss the specifics of how this information was found. However, our development team conducts such searches, regularly monitoring for suspicious content in the game, and blah 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 blah. As the banning of this account was something that was done by our development team, I cannot overturn the decision or release this account for you. We need to start a new account up if you would like to continue DCUO. I would comment on it, but I think my reply does a good job of it in itself. So I go, let me get this straight. You cannot tell me anything other than that I was hacking via some sort of third-party program and that my account will not be overturned. That's it? Hold on. I don't get a warning or anything. I simply get banned. I have not used a third-party program. I'm using Steam, for God's sakes, which in itself would kind of be like a third-party program. And my Steam doesn't have any game mods on it in the first place. Now, unless you can give me the required information to confirm that I have indeed broken your rules of conduct, I would have to claim that this is a violation of my user rights. Why? Because I kind of read them, because I kept getting links to them. And if you cannot do anything about it, what about that development team? Why am I not able to speak to the one who banned me in the first place? Why is it that my only option to solve this issue is to recreate another account? That's not solving the issue. That's just pushing it aside and starting over. That doesn't solve anything. I don't get my previous account back. I don't get my characters back. I don't get my items back. I don't get the satisfaction of telling these people thank you and feel good about my day. None of that happens. It just gets shoved away. So, where was I? Yeah, so why is my issue? And so after recreating another account, then remake my character, so-and-so. Oh wait, I can't, because his name is taken by the account you just banned for no clear and detailed reason. Just a claim that I was hacking. My character is level 11. And your game has restrictions on everything. Literally, it does. Character slots, currency, inventory space, chatting amounts, powers. What exactly could I have hacked that would actually affect your systems? There is nothing I as a player can do in this game without actually giving money or SC. Basically, this game has so many restrictions, it's trying to make it less fun as you go along. The only reason why it is fun in the first place is that it works really smoothly with keyboard or controller. Your character has fairly good customizations, even though it's all stolen from Champions Online or City of Heroes Online, whichever one of those came first, and that it's all based on DC Universe. Because of the character voices and interactions between these iconic characters. That is what makes the game interesting. Then you get to build yourself as an iconic character. That's cool. But this whole nonsense about how I was hacking, I'm banned because I was hacking, and they can't tell me why or what I was doing that it is considered hacking. Basically, the reason why they banned me for hacking is because I am gaining some sort of... Oh, actually, they talk about it, I think... Yeah, I get a reply from someone just called Game Master. It says, "Greetings, so-and-so. Your account has been terminated permanently due to the violation of our terms of service / code of conduct, use of third-party mods, script, or exploits in order to allow your character to behave in a manner outside of normal gameplay." I wasn't playing. I was stationary. A level 11 stationary. Not moving. Not doing anything. "We cannot discuss the specifics, once again, blah, 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 blah. Searches is regular monitoring, suspicious conduct, blah, 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 blah." And the final little bit is what actually is interesting here is that character in question is behaving in a manner that cannot be achieved through normal means. They take action on the account. So, my character was doing something without me ever doing anything with it. So basically what they're saying is, I was botting. I was not in the game, and my character was somehow doing things, and I was gaining a benefit from it. So they could have just said you were banned for botting, not hacking. That's different. It is different. Like, hacking is trying to, edit the... it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody has different opinions of hacking and all that, and what it is, and what, consists of it. And I go... So I just sat there after reading this, and like, wow, he's saying the same crap as the other one. And he also doesn't have a name. He's just called Game Master, right? The other guy was named, so it could technically be the same asshat that was telling me garbage before. So I go, wow. Two GMs that repeat the exact same thing. That's not listening. You all keep saying that you cannot discuss the specifics of how this information was found, but that's not what I'm requesting. I'm asking you if I was in fact hacking using a third-party program. What was it? That has nothing to do with how you found this out. I'm asking what resulted in the banishment without warning. You also keep telling that if I wish to continue playing, I have to make another account. But if you falsely ban me for third-party hacking when I wasn't hacking and I make another account, the same thing will happen again without ever getting to the root of the problem. I can't know how to avoid I can't know how to avoid you falsely banning me if you give me nothing regarding it. Also, under the disciplinary actions FAQ, it lists banning. Large-scale or repeat violations of the SOE policy occurs. I highly doubt that this was large-scale or even a repeat violation, since this is the first violation. I, the player, has heard anything regarding it. And to continue, hacking suspensions. It's another link they give me. Hacking suspension listed as well. Altering game code or using external third-party tools to change the intended functionality is a violation of the terms of service and will result in suspension as well as permanent account banning with repeated violations. Repeated violations! It lists it everywhere that if I continue to do the same crap that they're accusing me of this one time, which I never did, that I will be banned if I do it again. Repeat means to do the same thing again and again. And these are violations. So, come on. This is so stupid. I am not a repeat violator. Look at my record. I've only played a few games with your company, and not once has anything occurred before this. I have a clear record. So again, I'm claiming you to have violated your terms of service because it states suspensions as a reaction for first offense, banning for repeated or multiple offenses. I read their stuff. I copied and pasted their stuff for them. That's exactly what it says. It says you will be banned permanently for repeated violations. Not the first time. So I'm still wondering and wanting a reason to why I was banned permanently right off the bat. And how do they know I was banning? Or what was, sorry, not how did they know I was banning. How do they know I was hacking? And if they can't tell me how do they know I was hacking, then at least tell me what was I using to hack. Because I don't know what was going on in my program that could be considered a third-party hacking program on my OS. And, you know, I could look in Task Manager to see what program was running in the background while they claim I was hacking. But anyway, I finally get a response from someone with some intelligence, but I think they actually destroy that as well. But anyway, hello so-and-so. Since you were on a free account that you were caught, you're on a free account and you were caught by a development for hacking, your account was terminated. I will continue. As far as your request to be given the name of exact details of what you were doing to get caught, all I can tell you is that you were caught using blah 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 blah, all the exact same crap that everyone else has said. And then this person clarifies more that everybody else has been lying to me in a way. The system put in place has been tested and verified to be accurate. Your account will remain banned for this violation. So instead of people doing it, they're calling it a system now. And since this person is flopping about from actually telling me things to repeating shit to then telling me more things, I will actually believe this person over everyone else who is just copy and pasting the same crap all over the place. So then I actually reply to this because this is bullshit. I'm a free account, so I was banned permanently. So because I'm not paying you money, I was banned. You know what? Let me just read the post here. Okay. Wait, since I was on a free account, you're discriminatory against free users then. I gotta work on my words. Okay. All you can tell me is the same everyone else is telling me. Nothing. Do you not understand that using the term a third-party program is vague and unclear? It doesn't narrow down anything. A third-party program can be practically any program other than the game itself. Honestly. Right? If we want to be vague and generalistic as possible, anything else other than this program running could be considered a third-party program. Oh, you know, my antivirus is a third-party program, or whatever, right? Like third-party hosting sites or third-party game. You know, you'll get it. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. And then they say, to continue, the system has been tested and verified to be accurate. So you're saying, in short, that it's my fault and nothing of your own. Typical. Do I have to riot and picket about this? I was not hacking. I don't care how accurate you believe your system is. Systems are based with computers or humans. Both make mistakes. This is one. How hard is it to understand that? Your system caught the inactions of a player who is away from their computer and logged in at the character screen. Steam was active, as was Avast, Komodo Firewall, Microsoft Xbox Controller for Windows, and a number of other programs that I never actually mentioned because I'm not entirely sure. But I do know I wasn't actually playing my character. And so I start quoting their little listy things they keep giving me. Number 7, you may not modify any part of the DC Universe client, because they send me rules of conduct nonsense right here, so this is it. You may not modify any part of the DC Universe Online client servers or any part of the DC Universe Online website located at, here's the website, without express permission from idiots, which includes, is not limited to, any hardware or third-party software that allows unintended gameplay, alters movement, speed of your character, or any other action which we determine as unfair advantage to your character, as an unfair advantage to your character. Okay. Number 8, modification of any portion of software or components or use of third-party programs or hardware to modify computer memory that gives an unfair advantage or enable unintended gameplay will result in termination of all SOE game accounts. Nothing here was broken. Your system is flawed. I have not used hardware to modify anything. Nothing gave me unintended gameplay and or body. The game was not played. It was active but not being used. How can a person hack the game and receive an unfair advantage when they are either disconnected or at the character menu? Hell, even if I was on my character so-and-so, nothing was gained. Check the inventory log. There is no direct or indirect gain to my account, characters, or anything of the sort. I gained nothing. I benefited nothing at all from it. Stop sending me to these links that only prove you have falsely accused me of hacking. You cannot prove to me or anyone without talk of some sort of vague details about nothing. Also, it's not what you were doing to get caught. It's what you were doing when you got caught. Why would anyone do something intentionally to get caught? That just makes what you're saying even less believable. So they start going on more of the just screw off defensive, and they go, it was the lead GM's discretion to ban any free accounts caught hacking. Your account is going to remain banned. Thank you for your time. That's it. Don't address any of my points. Don't sit there and actually say that no, I'm wrong because of this other TOS comment or something else. It's just, it was the lead GM's discretion to ban free accounts caught hacking. Which, based on a lot of the things they've given me as what I was doing, besides vague nonsense, I was using a program to enable me, like speed hacking, some other crap, which I'm pretty sure, because, you know, I looked into it. That's what they're claiming I was doing. I was either hacking the game to gain benefits that other characters don't normally have, or I was botting. Both of which aren't considered hacking. If I am using a program to enable me to do other things in that program, then I guess you can call that hacking. But if I'm using a program in the game that is a bot program that runs around and does things for me, that's not really hacking. I don't really consider that hacking because you're not really doing anything. It's still against the morals of the gaming community, but you're still not doing shit. Right? Alright, so it's hacking. But if you sit there and you don't call it botting when it is botting, and you just call everything that is against the rules, and you use some sort of program to help you with these things, and you call all of it hacking, that's just bogusness, because now no one can identify exactly what the hell you're talking about. So I sit there and I reply, my account is going to remain banned because I'm a free account and I've done nothing wrong. That's wonderful customer service. Your fraud system pegs me as a hacker and now I'm banned for good. Where's the justice in that? Why has no one even attempted to counterclaim what this system has said other than me? Because, you know, there's no links, there's no other things for it. I looked around, I never saw jack. And of course, since I have no power in this other than these tickets, I can't do anything at all about it. Get me this lead GM. I would like to give him a few choice words on what I think of his discretion. I also have a few choice words for this protocol of your company in regards to information on bans. Terrible and unfathomable decisions. You can't tell the person you banned how and why they were banned. Why not? You banned them, didn't you? They have a right to know what caused them to be banned. I mean, all I can tell you is that it's a great way to start off the day. It basically means that you have no idea and will not look into it. And no, saying you were banned for use of third-party program is saying the same thing as company policy. You explain nothing and use terms or jargon to end the conversation or problem. Right? It's like if you go to a store and the store guy says you have to pay $5 more, you ask him why, he just tells you company policy. Or he tells you snip not give it snip agaliv, and you're like, what the hell does that mean? It's like, well, there you go. You didn't explain anything. You haven't given me any insight into anything at all. All you're doing is trying to distance yourself from actually explaining things. Actually having to be real customer service. You're just trying your hardest not to be helpful or assisting me in any manner of the sense or of in itself. I'm starting to have, I don't know, some sort of breakdown in my speech patterns here. Anyway, I get, we truly apologize. Oh, so-and-so, we truly apologize for the inconvenience this has caused you. I'll now be escalating this ticket to my supervisor for further review. You should be hearing back from them shortly. Thank you for your pay. So basically, you're useless and you're going to give me to someone else who's higher up than you, which is what I asked for a long-ass time ago. Great. Obviously, this person read nothing and has nothing to say about it, but whatever, let's go on. I replied to that stupid-ass thing, and I'm like, if you were truly apologetic, you wouldn't treat your customers this way. Simply because I am a free account user, I'm getting the short end of the stick. If this is how you treat free accounts, I'd hate to see what you would do with paying accounts. In all honesty, I thought about spending some money on SC or becoming legendary so I can try out the DLC. And you know what? It is good DLC. I mean, sure, they're just forcing you to pay for stuff that you should already have free, but it's still content that it's worth the money you're going to spend on it. And you do have two means of spending it. You can buy each content, so you continue being a free user, but you just bought and you have permanent access to that content. Or you can actually pay to be a VIP, get a bunch of bonuses, and access to every single conceivable DLC content that's in the game, all the character slots, and all those things I mentioned before as restrictions. That's cool. Especially because it gives you more incentive to spend money on the game. That's actually legitimate. And to continue on with my post here, but what is the point of doing any of that when I don't know what I did wrong to get banned? It will just happen again and again. No number of accounts will be worth making it if I can't even keep even one. I have 5 years of customer service under my belt. I know what it means to make your customer happy and satisfied. This is a complete and utter opposite. I shall wait further review. So basically my post there was to be given to someone who will never ever really read what I just said to them. And I get this pompous windbag of an incompetent idiot. Hello, so-and-so, this is GM writing you on behalf of the management team. I thought I was asking for the development team. Whatever. At your request, I have thoroughly read this entire thread. It's not a thread, it's a ticket. Okay. And I have thoroughly reviewed the incident itself. Sure you have. Well, let's continue since I'm sure this is not going to go the way I want anyway. You also requested that we escalate this incident to development for further review. However, they've already reviewed it. Actually, no. If I look back, I requested it to go to someone higher up in charge, where I got the lead GM, which would be the lead support agent, not the lead development team. Unless he is part of the development team and he is the leader, but he's also an in-game GM that deals with support. Possible. But never mind. Your account was investigated by development, and they requested that disciplinary action be taken against it. Not only was your account banned at their request and our own discretion, but the tools and logs we use clearly indicate you manipulated game mechanics to enable an unfair advantage in gameplay. Explain. Tell me how I did this. Tell me what unfair advantage in gameplay did I gain? Where is the gain in this? What did I gain? Was it attack speed? Did I glitch the mob in the air? Was it something? Anything? Give me some details here. These tools and these logs are extremely accurate, and under no circumstances are we at liberty to provide you with any detailed information about our tools or our logs. I don't want any of that. I just want clarification on what you've claimed I have done. Not how you found out what I've done or whatever that. I don't give a shit about the how. I give a shit about what you are claiming I have done. If I said you killed a puppy, you're going to want me to explain how or clarify on these wild accusations. Instead, I go and I call the cops and they arrest you for child abuse. But there's no evidence. No one has brought forth any evidence to the table. They're just saying, yep, no, we know for a fact that you killed that puppy. Why would I kill a puppy? Why would you kill a puppy? Who in the right mind would kill a puppy? It's a goddamn puppy. Leave it alone. But anyway, if we were to release that sort of information to someone who has already triggered it we are risking it being leaked to exploit/hack sites, which would be subsequently only lead to improved exploits or hacks. As a result, I'm sure you can understand I cannot provide you with specific details about it, blah 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 blah, outside of the fact that you're caught in a sweep and we decided to ban your account. I need to remind you that you agreed to uphold all of our rules, policy, terms, conditions whenever you click the mandatory accept button, which they don't mention is mandatory, right? They just say accept to log in-game. In fact, you clicking it acts as your digital signature. Rather than include a section you feel supports your argument, please take a moment to thoroughly read all of them. In them, we clearly state that we have the right to cancel your account anytime at our sole discretion. Your sole discretion based on the fact that I have broken a rule to warrant your wrath. You don't just wake up one day and say you're going to ban X number of people. You say you can, but that doesn't mean you will. You only put that in there for legal jargon so that someone can't sue you because of this bullshit you're doing. That's why it's there. Don't give me this nonsense how, well, we reserve the right to ban you. What? Find me a company that doesn't reserve the right to ban my account for whatever bullshit reason. But this is a fact where you're claiming I've done something, then you are using these terms and codes of conduct saying that I have disobeyed those. So I went through them and looked for what I supposedly disobeyed and then proceeded to say, you're wrong. You were wrong and I didn't, and now you're breaking them. But of course, because that one small text somewhere located anywhere in these jargon of crap, which could be in the policy, the EULA, term of service, code of conduct, rules of, you know, like, come on. There's so much of this crap, and you want us to read them all. Great. No. And to support my argument, please take a moment to blah blah read through them all. We clearly state yada yada yada. When you were found to violate them, we decided to permanently cancel your account at exactly that, our discretion. While unfortunate, it was necessary, and your account is not likely to be released. This decision is not subject to debate, and further, basically they're saying if I continue to bother them, they will just leave me be. Woo. Basically, of it are likely to be greeted with similar replies from us. So basically, they don't give a shit what I have to say. It's done. Go make a new account, or don't bother anymore. That's all they're saying. So they're just giving you the middle finger at this point. We would gladly like to see you return to the game. No, you wouldn't. Please understand that altering game mechanics for an unfair advantage will not be tolerated. So please take this in consideration. You should create other accounts in the future. Otherwise, they need to be yada yada. I don't know what I did. How can I avoid something if I don't know what I did in the first place? All you tell me is terms, jargon. You're just, well, see, the flux capacitor broke and the submanometer fell off and hit the quantum physics journal, which knocked over coffee. And by doing that, we decided to ban you. At this point, you sit there and you go, what the hell does any of that mean? And what does that have to do with my account? Nothing. Except for that one line, they said that they reserved the right to ban my account at any fucking point in time. But I'm pretty sure there's some point after that, basically, that it'll say, if you break any of the following rules or do something. Basically, it's if I do something to piss you off, then you have the right to ban me. But there's no, you should not just be able to ban me for whatever. So you go over, I don't like this guy, ban. I'm pretty sure GMs can't do that. And I don't give a crap if your TOS says that you reserve the right to ban it at your sole discretion. You would fire the guy who runs around banning anyone he wants at his sole discretion in claims of vague terminologies. Great. So apparently they want me to see me in the game. In the meantime, I'm going to close this petition. So it's being called a thread. It's not being called a ticket. And it's now being called a petition. The document has not changed. It's always been the same damn thing being sent to my email. Since we're not going to entertain further debate and the subject is likely to be considered closed. You consider it closed, but I have not. You annoying pieces of shit. Ugh. At the hest of making this any longer, I'm going to try to go through these last few points as quickly as possible. I state my total annoyance and just disgust at this nonsense. This is a bunch of bull. You have thoroughly done nothing but agree and proclaim the dominance of your system, which is apparently at my request. Go figure. Once again, you claim I was hacking, and your reason behind not telling me how I was hacking is to avoid more hacking. Can you not see that your system is flawed to a point where one simple answer can break your game? You're basically defenseless, and this is a game of hackers versus hackers. I took one Google search on the internet, and you can find loads of these hacks still in effect, like the speed hack and a few other ones, just to name a few. Any Joe with a computer and internet can find these hackers in your game posting YouTube videos. Go after them. Apparently your game mechanics are, and I quote, working as intended, which is laughable. See, if your game still has hacks in it and your system is to get rid of hacks and your system is working as intended but there's hacks in there, don't you see the irony of this? Don't you see the stupidity behind this crap? Anyway, I give you credit for narrowing it down a bit. It only took how many posts to do so? Yeah, far too many. You manipulated game mechanics to enable an unfair advantage in gameplay. That sentence is so convoluted. I can manipulate the game to enable an unfair advantage of gameplay by doing legal means. Do you know what that is? By becoming legendary. You give them unfair advantage compared to free accounts. If overpowered DLC is not an unfair advantage, then I guess the meaning of the word is different from an online dictionaries. You say I needn't remind you, yet here you are, reminding me. Way to go back on your own words. That accept button crap is total nonsense. We have no choice but to hit accept or we can't advance forward. Putting us into the mindset of accept button equals next button. If we push it, we're bound into a pointlessly long contractual agreement that we have no choice in what's agreed upon and can be subject to change as you see fit. You expect me to read all of it? Why? You didn't send me such links to read all of it. You gave me only the points related to my issue. So I did the same. I took the points that supported me. You're no different. So you clearly state that you can ban me for whatever you wish. That's great. I can agree on being banned when I've actually broke the rules or hacked the game. But you see, this is where I'm irate. I did no such thing and being accused of doing so. I cannot prove that I didn't do anything because you keep shoving this nonsense down my throat about your system is so accurate that it can never possibly ever make a mistake, which is a lie. I'm sure your idea of a game exploit would simply be hacking faster, attacking faster on my end of the connection so that your server can register. I've seen some of these so-called hacks or glitches, and it's simply poor development, and you're blaming the user base. Such a shame. I like DCUO. DC Universe Online, and I found the stories in it to be very interesting. But thanks to you, I'll never play it again the same. Alright, so you cannot tell me how you found this information out, but what about the details on what advantage I had over another player? How about telling me that? Or will that information somehow break the game or allow me, who you are still claiming as a hacker, to then hack again and make your unbeatable system take longer to catch me in the act? I still have questions regarding this in which you have not answered to my satisfaction. Do you think this is entertaining for me? That I like having to make ticket reply after ticket reply? I also don't care what you consider this to be. As far as I'm concerned, it is far from closed or solved as it's currently listed. Do you honestly think I would go through this much trouble and hassle if I was actually hacking on a free account? Hardly. I can't even make a new account without idle threats from you looming over my head. It went from we can ban you or suspend you to we can ban you whenever we feel like it and for whatever reason we so choose. Actually, that's wrong. You apparently don't even need a reason. It just matters on what you feel like. I guess that's probably how it's always been, hasn't it? My mistake for thinking you would care a bit about the players, and free players at that. Why don't you humor me for a minute? Say, hypothetically speaking, since you won't listen to the truth, that all I've stated to you is in fact true. And I was banned for unknowingly hacking in some way. How would I know? How would I know what not to do if I don't even know what it is I did? And then to have that issue while making a new account to play again. Wouldn't that result in the same exact thing? How am I supposed to protect against something like that? I ask you, What should happen if I make another free account and end up right back here? Are you going to say that I was again hacking via a third-party program? What if I make 5 or 6? Would the results still be the same? Or would you consider that a violation of the terms of service for creating multiple accounts? Maybe even harassment or misuse. So I put that large wall of text that I just read to you down, and I get apparently another lead GM. Yeah, there's apparently hundreds of these guys. And lead GM Persavre. I realize that you may not be hearing what you wish to hear, but I'm afraid this is where it stands. Your account was identified by the development team as using third-party software. Unfortunately, we can't give you further details of how this yada 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 yada. So again, they say the same shit. They don't even read what I'm saying. They're just saying the exact same crap. Like, come on. I'm not asking for the same shit as everyone else is saying. These are slightly different. I'm not asking, you know, can you give me any information that tell me what I did that actually resulted in me having a greater advantage of other players. You can't tell me that, well, your character was found to be attacking mobs higher level and taking no damage. You can't tell me something like that. You can't tell me that my character was taking advantage of animation skipping frames so that I can just continuously attack a mob to death while it's still in the air. You can't tell me anything like that. Like, that actually will give a very detailed answer. You can't even do that. So and I get I just replied to this guy because he's basically, it's like I've gone all the way back to the very beginning, right? And so I go, hello, lead GM. It seems you didn't read enough of the responses below, because, you know, they keep going up. I have heard exactly what you have said and understood it fully a great number of times. You have failed to understand exactly what I'm asking or requesting. Now, I'm aware that I will not get the same GM twice, since this is how these things work, so I'll just state everything here for the next GM that comes along. You have stated your account was identified by our development team using third-party software, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, we can't blah, 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 because, you know, it'll allow us yada, yada, yada. Far too many times already without answering my questions that are not pertaining to what you cannot do. I have not asked how this was detected. I asked what was detected exactly. And how can I avoid such a result for another account? You're not listening to what I'm saying. Now, if somehow he can tell me what was detected, it would be a means of improving hacks and exploits, then their system is clearly flawed. You know, that system they mentioned that was highly accurate and pretty much impenetrable is the implications they're giving me with this crap. Anyway, I'm aware that you will not admit to such a negative thing such as being wrong or making a mistake. Fine, but you aren't even humoring me to the point of at least giving importance to my concerns or questions. Repeating a never-changing line over and over is not customer service. That's simply company policy or being a mindless robot. I am speaking to a human, correct? Then act like one and tell me what you can, not what you can't. If you cannot answer, then get me someone on the development team who can. I have said this already. No one has answered it. You just shuffled around the questions claiming that I was in fact hacking and nothing will be done about my account ban. You can't expect a positive reaction when you shove all that down my throat. I expect answers, SOE, and I will not take your "you were hacking with third-party software" as one. And of course, I get that same guy again. I think at this point, I'm done with these idiots. Hello again. I appreciate you taking the time to elaborate on your concerns, but I'm afraid we have given you as much information as we can, which is a lie. To state this information in a different manner, I will apply it to your questions. You asked what was detected, and as stated, you were detected using the you can't clarify by repeating the exact same thing you have said already. How is that clarifying or reiterating something? It's, oh, Microsoft is a company. Well, just to clarify, company can be applied to Microsoft. I'm just repeating the same shit. That's not clarifying anything. Yeah. you're asked, how can you avoid this in the future? And that would be not to use any of the yada yada yada. So basically, to avoid being banned, don't do anything that gets you banned. This is what he's telling me. Because apparently I used a third-party program, and they are so sure I did that they're basically accusing me of murder here, and that in the future, to not be in trouble, don't do what I did before, which I have no idea what I did, or how can I avoid in the future. But they're just telling me, don't do it. What? Ah! As for the development team input, they're not reachable via customer service, and we are not at liberty to give out contact information for that department. I realized, whoa. They are not reachable via customer service. Yet I was told at the very beginning to create a new account, to make a ticket, to then request stuff from a customer service person, via customer service, for the development team. Has no one caught this stupidity here? I was told to do such and such, but now I'm being told doing such and such will never reach the development team. Because it's an in-game ban. Remember that from before when I was mentioning how this guy was telling me that it was an in-game ban and I have to make a new ticket with a new account? And the only way to make it a ticket is go to the support. That means I would get a customer support agent. So I would ask to get the development team. But also, didn't I already talk to some guy? No, he's apparently on the... Yeah, apparently someone from the development team have already seen my thing and have already talked about it. But apparently I can't reach them via tickets. So now I'm getting really mixed messages here, and it's like everybody doesn't know what the hell they're saying, except for a few people, which are only repeating the same previous thing, so everybody's an incompetent idiot. Great. And so they can't give me contact information for the department. So the team that banned me, I have no way to talk to them to discuss my ban. I have to go to people who know nothing of the situation, who only continuously repeat things that I don't need to hear again. I realize that you may be frustrated with the lack of information, but this is in the game's best interest not to divulge any such details about third-party program use or detection methods. This matter is now considered closed. Best regards, Lee GM. So, that's basically SOE sticking it to me. And holy shit, are they an SOB.